We've been waiting with bated breath for 2 years for this big Mueller report, and it appears to be coming out next week. This is out of CNN. Attorney General Bill Barr is preparing to announce as early as next week the completion of Special Counsel Robert Mueller's Russia investigation, with plans for Barr to submit to Congress soon after a summary of Mueller's confidential report, according to people familiar with the plans. And of course, a report out of the Hill and many others saying the report may be anticlimactic, says ex-intelligence director, and we've kind of been prepared for that. Been discussing this for a few days, thinking there's really not much going on.
Anticlimactic to who? People that were hoping against all hope that the Jussie Smollett accusation was real? Wait, I'm blurring stories together, but it seems like there's a common thread of painting whatever narrative you want as long as it destroys somebody or an ideology that you disagree with. I think that what could be coming out of this Mueller investigation could be quite damning, actually, without any smoking guns, without any direct links or evidence pointing to and directly implicating the President of the United States. Are we dealing with a coup, Blake, Walley?
Certainly appears that way. There's some issues going on with the Justice Department and the FBI and Mr. McCabe, and plotting on the 25th Amendment to take Trump down so fast. So they really didn't want him taking office, and they wanted to get rid of him as fast as possible, and then they launched this investigation, this basically what Trump has said is a witch hunt all along, and it's appearing that way, that they were just digging and hoping to find something, and yeah, they maybe can stick something on Manafort. I'm sure there's some dirty dealings, there's a few minor things going on over the years, but was there actual collusion to try to rig the election? Doesn't look like it. And in fact, if we're going to talk about meddling in the election, it seems like there's more to look at with the heads of the FBI working with the Clintons and the bogus reports that they used as justification to investigate, and now they're unable to find anything anyway. So this is not looking good for them.
Yeah, a couple of points here. Sam House in the chat, in the super chat, go follow us there as we're broadcasting live on youtube.com/TheNewAmericanMedia. He's asking, has everything in it already been leaked? I got the sense, what was it, 2-3 weeks ago now, Blake, we kind of, they soft delivered the update that there's not going to be any findings. Remember that a couple weeks ago? They basically made it pretty clear that, where's the beef? There's no beef. But where is the beef? There's no beef. My guess would say that I think we've seen everything that we're going to see from the Mueller investigation. I don't think there's anything that's going to drop the hammer on President Trump's administration or his campaign specifically at all. But, I'm willing to change my point of view based on new evidence. Until I see more information, the jury's still out. I'll wait and see, but I think what has become obvious is that this is an extremely partisan undertaking by,
the deep state.
The deep state.
And the Democrats.
What is it? The Justice Department, the FBI, the CIA, the Homeland Security, the NSA, the Democratic Party, the dinosaur media. We can't call them mainstream anymore, because my point is, if you've spent the past 2 years pushing fake conspiracy theories, wasn't Alex Jones deplatformed for that? So are you going to deplatform CNN? Are you going to deplatform NBC, ABC, CBS? It's been 2 years of this. If you're going to demonetize and shadow ban my content because I ask questions about ongoing conversations and subjects, I think it's time that should be delivered upon the fake news bearers, the real fake news disseminators, starting with CNN. I'm going to leave it up to the investigation to show me the final evidence, in a couple days, in a week or so, and we'll go from there. Switching gears real quick, Bear J in the comments saying, I think we're going to see the charges fall short of the president as they are finding process crimes of underlings. There is no evidence except his underlings. That's my read on it. I think that's astute to say it that way. Would you agree? Anything that the underlings are getting busted for, it's really not even related directly to the president in this campaign. It's just ancillary stuff when under a microscope they found something, which is kind of what this has felt like the whole time, a witch hunt.
Yeah,
What are your thoughts on Roger Stone? That was a really big story, the midnight raid and
yeah,
boats and helicopters.
CNN, because CNN should be under fire for that one as well, regardless of what you think about Roger Stone and what whatever his relationship is to the president. They did a raid on his house in the early a.m. and CNN was right there to capture the whole thing. Big enemy.
How fortunate.
Yeah, what a coincidence. A CNN political analyst speculated Tuesday that Roger Stone could be raped if he ends up going to prison. Here's the quote. Roger Stone must also worry that if he goes there, he's seen as something of a dandy. Will he be physically safe? Will he be subject to rape? This is from David Gergen. He said on CNN Tuesday afternoon.
Gergen.
To quote, there must be a lot of things that are going through his mind. Wow. CNN, they have a blood feud.
Kind of disgusting. Really?
Yeah, they raid this guy, invade his house, try to humiliate and shame him, drag him out. CNN's right there to capture it all. And then now they're talking about how he goes to jail and he's a dandy.
He's a dandy. A man unduly devoted to style, neatness, and fashion in dress and appearance.
Well, that's definitely Roger Stone.
All right, yeah, I don't know about that, but it just sounds like threats and intimidation. It sounds like, I don't know. Is this what we want our government doing? Over what? What was the charge? That Russians changed the vote count? That never happened. Not even close. 2 years, been waiting for evidence on that. Never happened. Fake news.
Yep.
And
they're looking for an excuse to get rid of Trump, and to hand it over to
it's
Hitler.
Unreal.
Whether it was the 25th Amendment or whether it's the big Russian investigation, they must have rigged something.
The 25th Amendment. Sam saying, when will they investigate Hillary? That's such a great name.
That threatens to bring down the deep state. A lot of people could be going to jail over something like that once they start digging into the Clinton Foundation and all their dealings and the Podestas and Debbie Wasserman Schultz. There's a lot of things they do not want you to discover, including, the top of the FBI in collusion that we're talking about. The coup comes in. So, Uranium One.
I just want to look up the word coup. COUP, not to be confused with a chicken coop. Coup is a noun, which is a sudden, violent, and illegal seizure of power from a government. Dan Bongino tweeted out, he said, when the hacks in the media demand that you stop using a word, you can rest assured that you're over the target. The freak out over the use of the word coup to describe the attack on Trump rivals their freak out over the spy that the intelligence community used to target the Trump team. They're worried. I hope they're worried, and I hope some retribution, some swift justice comes from this. I think the word coup kind of describes exactly what we've been talking about. This has been an illegal attempt to seize power from the duly elected president of the United States, and I think it's something that's unprecedented in our country. I think it makes Watergate look like a walk in the park. I really hope that we get to the bottom of what's happening, how it got to this point, and we take the necessary steps to make sure that it doesn't happen again, because it's not healthy for our American justice system, for our legal system, for our government to be going through these 2-year charades, just complete charades and attempts to seize power because you don't like the way things went. It's politics.
Your guide to the truth, TheNewAmericanMedia.com.